Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So we got really awesome news about 12 hours ago regarding some new anime support related to a certain 5D's character. Now obviously you can tell by the title and the thumbnail that that character is Crow Hogan from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's The Signer that will be getting new support in the upcoming set in the OCG, Darkwing Blast. Now Darkwing Blast was announced a few, probably months ago at this point, definitely a few weeks ago. And when the set was first announced, a lot of people felt that Darkwing Blast was obviously referring to Blackwings. It had to be referring to Blackwings. But at the same time, this set, with the pattern that they had been following in the OCG, was supposed to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Zale related set. So when that was kind of conflicting with the obvious hint to Blackwings in the name Darkwing Blast, there was a lot of debate in the community what Darkwing Blast was actually going to be about, and it looks like the pattern has been broken here, and we are doing a 5D support set in Darkwing Blast, as Crow is getting support in the form of Blackwings, including a really cool new Blackwing ace. And so I'm going to have all the cards that have been announced listed down below. I'll go through some of them really quickly. We have a new level 2 tuner monster, Black Feather Bure Novata, probably going to be Blackwing Vada the Knave. We have another level 4 Blackwing tuner monster that was announced, Blackwing Shamal the Sandstorm. We have a level 2 monster in Blackwing Chinook the Snowstrike, which can allow you to send a Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck to the graveyard, and that's important because of the special summoning conditions that the new Blackwing Ace monster has, which we'll get into in a little bit. We also got another level 4 Blackwing effect monster, a level 6 Blackwing effect monster, and a level 6 Synchro Tuner effect monster called Blackwing Boreas the Evil Wind, which looks really sick. And a Synchro Tuner monster is going to be incredibly important because that is part of the summoning requirement in order to get Black-Winged Assault Dragon onto the field. This is Crow's new ace level 10 Blackwing Behemoth. First of all, this card, in my opinion, is gorgeous. It looks super, super cool. I was not really a fan of the original Black Feather Dragon. I didn't think that that monster looked particularly great. I was probably my least favorite Signer Dragon. Maybe it was a little ahead of Power Tool Dragon, but I really love the way that its upgrade looks, and we keep getting awesome upgrades for the signers. We had Aki's Bloody or Ruddy Rose Dragon last year. We had Rua or Leo's Ace just get upgraded not that long ago. And so it's really cool the amount of support that we have seen for the signer dragons. I think the only one remaining is Luna, and with Ancient Fairy Dragon being banned, who knows if that monster will ever get some sort of upgrade. But I think that's the only one that we're kind of waiting on now. But anyway, Black-Winged Assault Dragon, 3,200 attack, 2,800 defense. Now, its materials are 1 tuner synchro monster and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. So obviously, there is a lot of level 4 Blackwing monsters that can special summon themselves to the field that would qualify for the non-tuner monster. And the synchro tuner that you're probably going to need is the one that is revealed here, which is Blackwing Boreas the Evil Wind, because that is a level 6 synchro tuner. So you use that to tune your level 4 Blackwing non-tuner, and you should be good to go into Black Feather Assault Dragon. Now, if you don't want to synchro summon it, you also have the ability to special summon it by banning a tuner synchro monster and 1 Blackwing Dragon from your field or graveyard. So that's important, because as we mentioned before, there is a card in the support that allows you to send a Blackwing Dragon monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So that card will kind of allow you to dump a Blackwing monster into the grave to maybe get the special summon of Black Feather Assault Dragon a little easier and make it onto your board a little quicker. And here are the effects of Blackwing Assault Dragon. The first effect is that each time your opponent activates a monster effect, place 1 Black Feather counter on this card, and if you do, inflict 700 damage to them. So we're sticking with the 700 number. Obviously, 700 is a number that's very very familiar if you're a Blackwing player because Black Feather Dragon has all of its effects focused around 700 attack, 700 this, 700 that. So I like how we stick with that same theme. But this is kind of crazy. It reminds me a little bit of Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon, where every time your opponent activates an effect, you can inflict 500 points of damage. And we know that some players and some decks can just activate 50 effects in one turn. Maybe that's a little over the top. But if you have this monster on the field turn 1, you're really gonna maybe mitigate what your opponent can do. I mean, your opponent, granted, can still do about 10 effects or so before they're in danger of being killed by this burn damage. But the second effect is what makes this, to me, a really good turn 1 play if you can make it. During your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can tribute this card with 4 or more Black Feather counters, destroy all cards on the field. So I love this effect because not only does it probably prevent your opponent from wanting to make a really crazy board if this monster is on the field, because after a few effect usages, their entire board is going to get wiped. But the reason that I really like this effect is because I believe this is symbolic of the bond that Crow and Aki had throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I think it gets overlooked a lot, but Crow and Aki really did grow very close as 5Ds went on, especially in that final season. They tag dueled against Sherry in order to save the world and stop the Arc Cradle, and that was the final duel that Crow ever had on screen. And to me, this effect reminds me exactly of Black Rose Dragon's effect. Black Rose Dragon nukes the entire field upon special summon. Now, I know there's a few more requirements to get to that effect, but I think this is definitely symbolic of Black Rose Dragon, of Aki, and I think it's really cool that this does have a board nuke effect similar to Crow's signer partner in Aki. So I love that. I really like the monster. I think its effects are really, really cool, and it's always great to see anime characters and characters from the shows get upgraded versions of their monsters years after the shows come to an end. And this has been in the makings for probably about a decade and a half, so it's really cool that Crow is getting an upgraded ace here in Blackwinged Assault Dragon. Also, Stardust and Red Dragon have assault modes. I know this isn't really the same because it's a synchro monster, but the word assault kind of is similar there. I know it's not probably a reference, but I thought that was cool as well. But I'm really interested to hear what you guys think of this Blackwing support. Blackwings are still one of the most popular anime archetypes ever, and so I'm sure there are a lot of people very excited by this news and very excited to get their hands on the set Darkwing Blast in order to acquire some of these new black feathered monsters. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Very excited to talk to you down below. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, and Jarrett Buller, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood and Latrell Smith, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Ccapacappuuu and Syn Cloud. To everyone who supports me on Patreon, and to everyone who is a YouTube channel member, thank you so much. The extra support means the world to me, and it allows me to make videos on a semi-daily basis, and I am forever indebted to you guys. Seriously, thank you so much. And definitely check out my channel membership feature and my Patreon for some extra channel perks. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Be sure to check out my channel for some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime content. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.